One startup I worked for, they, on Valentine's Day, we were working. They gave the men flowers and they gave the women champagne. And they said, these gifts are not for you. Take these home to your spouses and apologize for us for making you work on these holidays. These are gifts for your spouses.
Crazy.
Crazy. But that's culture.
Welcome back to this podcast episode. Today we're going to talk about the mass layoffs at Twitter. And I have somebody with me, actually, my better half, worked in Silicon Valley for how many years?
I was an engineer for 10 years in Silicon Valley, at many different companies.
So my question is that for me coming from Europe, Switzerland to be exact, I've never experienced where people come in and fire 50% of all people.
Yeah, we're a little messy here in America. You guys really know how to keep it together in Switzerland, so that's one thing. But if you're wondering why something like this would happen at a company like Twitter, I have a couple ideas.
Let's hear them.
All right, so I think it's all about culture. I really don't think that the Twitter layoffs are tied to the other layoffs that are happening at Amazon, Apple, Google, HP. I think that these are two different things we're talking about. So this video is about the layoffs at Twitter. I don't think it's because of the pandemic. I don't think it's because of COVID. I think it's a mass cultural reset, and Elon Musk has even said that. Now, yes, the company's losing money. Yes, advertisers don't want to advertise as much, and so they need to make more money, which means they could sure lay off a bunch of people and help the payroll. However, if we know anything about Elon Musk, he's a very specific type of personality. And if you look at what type of a leader he is, he's very extreme. He's not like, the CEO at my company that I work at right now I would call him very diplomatic, very calm, very subtle, very positive. But Elon Musk is more like shock value celebrity social media influencer type of guy. So what I think is happening is when a leader wants to do a cultural reset at a company, say there's been some cultural problems and the leadership wants to say, okay, we need a cultural shift here. They could do it in a subtle way over years and years, or they could they could lay off half of the workforce and then issue a statement saying, if you are into working really hard, if you're into Twitter as a product, if you're into Elon Musk, how he operates, his values, Twitter's the place for you.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Nobody's ever done that before, in my opinion. And I've never heard of somebody that has done that before. I've heard of layoffs that, where the CEO cries on LinkedIn and they say, oh, I feel so bad that I had to lay people off. And it's not because of culture. It's not because they just acquired a company and they want to change the way they're doing things. It's because of like a global pandemic or an economic crisis.
Yeah, I see some of that. But, when you lay off 50% of the people, what were those 50? And the company's still running as of today. And I saw something that, the code was live or something. But besides that, what were these 50% of all these other people doing?
First of all, I wouldn't say that Twitter is still up and running. I think Twitter's having major technology issues, major infrastructure issues with their code. They were testing what you're supposed to do is test new code in a dev environment. They were testing it live in production, which is wild, and nobody does that.
Besides Elon Musk.
Besides Elon Musk. I don't even know if he meant to do that. But I know the guy is a certified genius, and I have a feeling that he's not doing anything that's not intentional. So, how does the company still operate if they lay off half of the workforce? So there are different departments within a company. There's engineers, there's software programmers that literally make the wheels on the bus turn. And then there's people like HR, payroll, marketing, sales, business development, finance. The company might be able to run without the paint on the bus. They might be able to run without the windshield wipers. They cannot run without the wheels. That is who Elon Musk did not let go. He did issue a statement saying, if you're not into working really freaking hard, overtime, 80 hours a week, nights and weekends, holidays, this company's not for you. So he did issue a statement saying that. So I think that probably he let go HR, marketing, sales, biz dev, that, a lot of people like that weren't making the actual wheels on the bus turn. But then he issued a statement to the wheel turners saying, if you're not into this type of culture, you should leave now.
That's brutal. There were people on H-1B visas that had, that needed to work there or be done, and it's just crazy how, what if you have a family? What if you have a family and you gotta take some time off because, your kid has to go to school or your wife has a problem?
Good question. I think the people that should probably work for Twitter right now are the people that are interested in grinding and making a name for themselves in the industry. The people I don't think should work for Twitter, the people I think Twitter is not right for right now, are people that value work-life balance, the quiet quitters out there, you know who you are, the people who want to start a family, the people who have sick parents that need to take care of them, the people who like to travel, the content creators who are doing some of their own stuff on the side. I don't think that those people are going to thrive at Twitter, because Elon Musk has literally come out and said, if you want to stay at Twitter, this is what I need from you. I need you to be in the office. I need you to work 80 hours a week. Here's a sleeping bag so you can sleep if you get tired at night.
Holy smokes, yeah, I saw pictures like that and put it up on the screen that people slept in the office in a sleeping bag. And I think that is crazy though. When you got to believe in a bigger cause. Working for Elon Musk is one thing, but, he said in an interview that, he doesn't expect people to go above and beyond like he does. But I think he does. And I think when he sets a precedent and sleeps in the office, I think that sets a precedent that other managers need to sleep at the office too.
Yeah, that's culture. Culture is what is tolerated and what is not tolerated. He is not tolerating people that go home at 5 p.m. or people that work from home. He is tolerating and he is encouraging people to sleep in the office.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Some people would call that inhumane.
Or a startup.
I've worked for 2 startups before, and I never slept in the office.
Yeah, but you were close to.
I mean, I sure lost sleep, but I didn't sleep in the office.
Well, you were there probably Saturdays and Sundays, right?
Yeah, holidays, weekends. One startup I worked for, on Valentine's Day, we were working. They gave the men flowers and they gave the women champagne. And they said, these gifts are not for you. Take these home to your spouses and apologize for us for making you work on these holidays. These are gifts for your spouses. Crazy. But that's culture. That's what culture is. And this is what I really urge people to do when they pay attention during interview processes and when they are scoping out which companies they want to work for next. Pay attention to, read between the lines. Pay attention to what's not written down, but what is tolerated at a company and what is advertised, and what is not a standard process, but what is sort of the behind the scenes, spoken about the company when it's not in the room type of thing. Like, you've heard what it's like to be an Amazon delivery driver. Doesn't sound great, right?
I've heard it's not great, but I heard UPS is really nice, treats their people really nice.
I have heard that too. That's culture. Those companies have 2 different cultures. Whether it's true or not, you and I have never worked for either one. But
no, we have no idea.
We have no idea. Culture is reading between the lines of a company's infrastructure.
Well, this was it for this mini episode. Like and subscribe, follow for more. If you have questions or want us to do a podcast about something, drop it in the comment section below.